Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Peculiar Endeavors podcast. My name is Emily, and I am your host. As this is the first episode of the podcast, I thought it might be fitting to talk about why I'm making it in the first place and few of the topics that I would like to cover, and maybe even just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been contemplating making a podcast for a very long time. It must have been years now. I think over 2 years, probably longer. And that's mainly because there were so many people that were getting censored, deplatformed, and you can't say certain words on certain platforms, and I thought that there's no way I can keep track of things like this because I like to talk about things that interest me, and I don't want to be thinking about how to say it and what words to choose. So I thought, why not just go for it, right? One of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make a podcast is because I always had issues with food. And I have been a vegetarian / vegan for over 27 years, I think it was 27 and a half, something like, I don't know. A very long time. And I think that during this time, I was very diligent with my food. And I think just like everyone else, you think you're healthy and you're eating healthy. And I was very concerned about what I was eating. But I think it all just went really wrong because during this time I had a lot of issues, and basically a few years ago I started eating meat again, and my health has really changed, and I think that I would love to talk about this topic, and there's a lot of things to cover, but I would love to talk about it because there's a lot of things that I thought were right, but they were not. And the more you look into things, the crazier it gets. It really is a rabbit hole. And I wish myself that I knew many of these things when I was younger. And this is why I thought, maybe someone would like to listen to my stories and, listen to what I've done to better my health and what kind of issues I had, because I have a feeling many, specifically women, have these issues that I had and probably still have, because I don't think that my body has recovered completely. But yeah, that's one of the main things. Also, I have in my life had many different interests, and I also have been working with makeup and skincare, and back to all the toxic things. It's not just the toxic things that we put in our body, it's also toxic things that we put on top of our bodies. And this is also something that I never thought about. And there are some changes I've made, and it comes with like, I don't know, shampoo and shower gels and things like that. And it maybe is a bit silly to talk about things like this, but I find it really interesting as well. And I would love to talk about different, there's so many different choices, and yeah, I find it interesting, and therefore I'd love to talk about that as well. Also, one of my, big interests is tarot, and it's a little bit off topic maybe, but I kind of just wanted to give you some ideas of like who I am, what I'm into, my interests. And yeah, I do really enjoy tarot cards, and maybe I will, talk about it, or I don't know, maybe do some videos or anything out of interest. Yeah, I also, would love to talk about maybe more spiritual things. Now, this is a big topic in itself, but I just feel like all these things kind of go hand in hand. The like food you need, you need to live in this society, whether you like it or not. Things that are going on in the world, news, just, I'd love to talk about just things that make kind of people live. I hope at least this kind of gives you a little bit of an overview of what I would like to talk about. And yeah, it's difficult to kind of like put everything in to one little episode, because I think there will be probably so many other things down the road. But at least there's a little bit of an overview, and I shall share some more things about myself, kind of for you guys to understand who I am, and why I chose to talk about these things and why they're of my interest, I guess. Yeah. Speak to you very soon. And until then, take good care of yourself.